taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, oh wait, forgot the One Piece hat thing going on. But anyways, it's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Season's greetings, everyone. It's it's officially now Christmas Eve. Well, recording this, it's probably gonna be Christmas Day quite soon. Hope the jolly good fat man has be arriving pretty soon to arrive with some of the awesome gifts, but I'm not here to talk about that mainly today. Before I actually begin this review of the one and only One Piece, whoa, Monkey D, Luffy, and since it is a special reindeer's birthday, happy birthday to you. Yay. Yep, this is Chopper, and I gotta fix his antler one day. But yeah, it's also his birthday. You know, it's kind of odd that he has the birthday on Christmas. Well, it kind of makes sense, because during that time of where he was joining, apparently around Christmas time is when it was going to be a thing. And reindeers are usually famous around Christmas. Obviously, Santa's reindeer helpers. But, yeah. So, when it comes to that, though, not only that he has a birthday, and he also has the same birthday as Jesus. Burgess Jesus. Way no, not that Jesus, but yeah, I mean mainly Jesus, like holy Jesus, like that Jesus. But yeah, you know, it's him and then Jesus are the same birthday. So I'm not gonna get to religious here, but anyways. So anyways, begin this episode of One Piece. Well, mainly two things happen. Number one, we only get like a few things that really happen in this episode pretty much. So if you just want it, it's very, very simple. About two things really happen in this episode. First, let's talk about the escape that Jinbei has pulled off when it comes to Luffy and Nami. Now, he couldn't really use the Brick Fist 10-time Shijutsu whatever. He couldn't really use it because of the water with the actual bars. So what he had to do is he had to use fire, because as we all know, pages burn quicker with a little bit of fire. So basically it's these papers roasting on an open fire. Hey, it makes sense. So anyways, we actually have that, and the actual papers themselves start to become on fire, and then all of a sudden Nami and Luffy are pretty much out, and you can see that half of Nami's clothes were already like burned. And I swear, I think Toei doesn't know how to animate nipples, although I really think they would show it anyway, because not just, older audiences watch One Piece, mind you. One Piece in Japan is directed for everyone, including children as well. And it's kind of odd that technically, in Japan, things are different there. So you see Nami, half of her titty is out. Like, I swear, it's like on some, like, Janet Jackson shit, like, from, like, the Super Bowl, where, like half of her titty is, like, coming out, but there's no nipple. And she's like, I think I've been to this sort of thing before, and I think she was mentioning about that one time in the shower. With, what's his face? Shit, crap, now I forgot his name, shit. Absalom, that was his name. The lion dude from Thriller Bark, yeah. Pretty much. So, yeah, I think she's kind of remembering of that time. But anyways, what happens is that Jinbei's like, well, I don't really need to worry about any, like, bonds or relations with Big Mom. It's too late, I already broke that. So what's the whole point of, like, being more loyal? Like, I ain't loyal to that hoe, man. Get out of here, man. I ain't loyal to that no-ho Big Mom. Man, Luffy, you crazy. But anyway, so what happens is that Nami's like, wait a minute, but you're kind of, like, still hungry. Do you still really have this ability to keep fighting? And he goes, yeah, after what Pudding told me, I have no choice. I'm going back to that spot because Sanji got played by Pudding. So, yeah, so because of that, it really wowed up Luffy. So he's ready to actually challenge some people. It's like, look, just take care of protecting Nami. I'm going to go down there and actually fight these guys down the stairs while I travel. So finally we have that scene going on. And then meanwhile, we have, now we go into Sanji meeting with Reiju. And pretty much Sanji is sneaking into Reiju's hospital bed while they're actually away. And the guard, well, of course he fucking sucks. He gets obviously kidnapped by Sanji. Sanji goes there to talk to Reiju about exactly what happened because most of her members were gone. And after she was actually, being told what happened, she's like, yeah, I kind of figured something was going on with her regardless. Even if she did try to pull that, try and take away my, the Sony Vegas no me using that. And what that is that basically after her memory was like that, she's like, well, I was kind of spying on her. She's like, really? And she goes, I kind of knew something was up. By the way, I kept, always trying to keep an eye out for her. I knew she was really... So, she already knew. Why did I call you bitch? We're gonna do some Tupac on you, man. Fucking pudding, man. But anyways, yeah. So, what happens is that, okay. So, Sanji's like, look. Oh, no, not Sanji. Reiju's like, look. We already know it's the punishment we deserve. It's like, look. Our dad is a genius, but he's also a fool at the same time, because all he merely wanted to maintain was the power to become forces with the Yonko. But as you all know, he got played himself, because even if he's a smart man, he should have figured that you are messing with an emperor of the sea. So it actually makes sense that she was going to betray you regardless. He should have been careful from the very beginning. But instead, he's like, no, because I figure it's going to help, create a big relationship with the Gurma and the Big Mom Pirates. But of course, that wasn't really the case. And look what happened. Yeah, and look what's going to happen now. And look what happened with Reiju. So now this is going to lead up to events later on. Won't get really into spoilers, but it is going to get pretty crazy from there. So Sanji was like, you know what, no, Reiju, I don't want you to go as well. You're fine. You did nothing wrong. But she's like, are you really worried about me? Do I really remind you of your mother that much? And then Reiju pretty much tells the true story about Sanji's mom and how Sanji became normal compared to the rest of the Gurma 66, or his brother and sister. What happened is that she drank a toxic inside her body, a poisonous toxic or a deadly toxic inside her own body in order to actually make a Sanji an actual human. So that way it will pretty much wipe away the existence of Sanji ever being an actual superhuman freak like, of course, Judge. But instead, apparently, Sanji became just a regular human being and pretty much nothing like a actual fighting machine, because he's like, look, all I care is about winning wars, because, Sanji's father, he's an asshole. He only cares about winning wars. He only cares about building a utopia. That's all he really cared about. He didn't really give a shit about, all that stuff. That's all the reason why he only loves his children, is because they're like him. If they weren't, they just betray him off the spot. So, yeah, so that's the reason why Sanji got treated that way, and so does Sanji, and, Judge's own wife also got that same treatment, because he's like, look, it's like, that's just the way I want to raise the kids, okay? So this next born child is going to be a super freak, he's super freaking, yeah, but she's like, no, I don't want that. I actually just want to raise a regular child for once. And you're like, bitch, no, it's not how we roll. You went into my arrangement, bitch. So it's like, Jesus, Judge, what the hell? So basically, that's the whole story. And then, of course, we get more back, some new stuff that we didn't see about, Sanji, doing mostly that he can, to help out. And sneakily, pretending to actually sneak around from cooking and doing everything. While pretty much, not even doing the stuff, the activities the brothers and sisters do. And then the sister, Reiju, actually is worried about Sanji. And, she loved her mother really much. She is more on a different goal set compared to her brothers. Now, don't get me wrong. She's still a killer herself. But the thing is that she's on a different side of a path compared to, her brothers, where they're basically just machines and hard just to actually win wars and etc., etc. So that's pretty much the reason why that, that she's on a different path, and she's more like her mother rather than her actual brothers, which, actually makes sense. Then we find out that after, she died, apparently Sanji was blamed for everything, which is the reason why Sanji got treated like shit. Before, he wasn't really treated like shit too much. Not really. He wasn't really after he was born. What happened was that he got treated like shit afterwards, when his own wife died. When that happened, he actually was like, no, this is all your fault. This is why your mom is dead. So screw you off. So it's like, yeah. So a very hard knock life indeed. And then of course we saw some of the same old stuff from the other flashback episode that we had way months back. So yeah, so if you want to get more depressed again, now is your time. So that's pretty much it when it comes to this episode of the One Piece WA. That's pretty much it. So when it comes to this though, let's see. I didn't really get too much feels again. I already did, like, after Rage You Die. You will get feels. The ending pretty much will kind of give you feels. And she says, like, look. So, yeah. So, if you want to get feels, that's pretty much, up to you. That's pretty much how this episode pretty much rolls. But the beginning stuff is actually pretty awesome. Pretty damn good stuff. Really like that Luffy and the gang finally escaped from Mount Duars, like the book of, whatever the hell it was. I forget the name of it. But yeah, so I actually am glad it's progressed, and now finally it looks like people, Luffy and Jinbei and Nami are finally gonna make some noise in the freaking castle. Next week's preview looks, next week we're getting more of Brook versus Big Mom. Now we already got more of that last week, but this, not next week. I forgot. Next episode won't be until, unfortunately, not for another week or not for another 2 weeks, because the One Piece anime and Dragon Ball Super are going on break next week due to a New Year's weekend. So this will be officially the last review I do for 2017 until next year when we get back to the episode 820. So until then, I'm probably gonna give this episode probably a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason why I downgraded a bit because there are certain scenes that we've already seen beforehand. Like, we already saw most of that other stuff with, that certain flashback again when it comes to the other episode that we saw. So it's like, I didn't really need to see that again. And plus, it's just I really didn't want to get too much feels. That, again, it is the holiday season, so you kind of get that pretty much a bit. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, 4.5 out of 5. Pretty much a great episode overall. Really enjoyed it a lot. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of the One Piece WA. I will see you guys, well, not next week, but the following week, or really, I won't see you guys until the beginning of next year for episode 820. So join me next year, guys, for the first review of 2018. Hope you guys have a very happy holiday, and also, I'm going to wish you guys a very happy new year. Very happy new year. Cheers to 2018. Cheers to I'm really hoping that we keep on going with this pace when it comes to the One Piece anime for next year. And if it keeps on going like this, 2018 for the One Piece anime is going to get even more crazier like it is in the manga right now. Things are just going to be way too overboard hype, and it's going to be awesome. So you guys are going to join that. So happy new year, guys. See you guys next year. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And thank you guys for sticking with my reviews of 2017 of the One Piece anime. Don't forget also to click that bell to join the squad, boys, to get those notifications. Follow my social media plugins and my gamer tags as well. Peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky. God, Enaru, ha ha ha, is the limit. And the manga fans, keep supporting Rich Video What You Watch. And for the manga folks, I don't know if there will be a chapter this coming week. I do not know for sure unless officially the chapter we got already on Friday will be officially the final chapter of the year, but I'm not so sure, but we'll see. Until then, farewell, One Piece fans. Until next year, bye-bye for the anime. Hopefully, I don't know if the manga as well, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Bye.